Look at this chunky man. Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to AC Toy Design, World of Champions. That is me, AC. What? Thanks for coming back, checking out the channel. Today, I've got an awesome figure to share with you. It's a commission that I made of, you ready? Werewolf by Night. Look at that. It's a beast. Literally, it's a beast. Well, it's plastic. It's a literal plastic beast. This was a phenomenal project to work on. I love how it turned out. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I made it. I'm really surprised, though, that with the success of the Werewolf by Night movie on Disney Plus, that they didn't make toys. They didn't make us any Werewolf by Night toys. So that's weird. Jack Russell. This is Jack Russell. I'm going to give you a deep dive into how I made him. And before I do that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Go back and watch some of my old videos because the views always help and I think you'll really enjoy them. So do that. And also, if you want to see this guy's full behind the scenes tutorial article and the work in progress pictures and all that stuff, along with all the other guys that I make, let me hold them like this. Is that weird? Check out my Patreon. It's the best way to support the channel, this channel directly and see more videos more often in my face, in this guy's chunk. That's patreon.com/actoydesign, where you'll also get my podcast, You Like Toys. We're about to hit 100 episodes. Maybe by the time you see this, I might have hit that. So there's a ton of podcast episodes on there, and it's a Q&A with the community, and it's an awesome community. And thank you so much if you're a patron and you're watching this. Look for your name at the end of the video, because I would not be sitting here doing this without you and your help. So let's get to business. I've also got a surprise at the middle, or somewhere inside this next segment that you're about to see. I want to start featuring other artists' work and other pieces that I collect and things that inspire me to do what I do. So I'm going to throw that in there at some random point. So be on the lookout for that, for a figure that I want to share and talk about along with this guy, Jack Russell. How you doing, man? Look at the range of motion this guy has on his head. Looks straight up. So you get some pretty awesome wolf positions. Anyway, let's get into it. Do it. Get some oats. What? All right, Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night. Let's look at this guy. So originally, he's a big guy. Let me show you some comparisons. So this is your standard Marvel Legends female, 6-inch figure. Actually, she's probably like 5.5 inches. So this guy is coming in around 6.5, 7 inches. I love the stature on him, that he's bigger like that, because he should be. He's a werewolf. Here's Ghost Rider. It's like kind of a Kit Bash Ghost Rider. And with his flames, it's a little bit cheating, I guess, because his flames are a little taller, but you can see he's 6 inches, probably pretty even. But then with his flames, he's a little taller than Jack here, so that gives you some size comparison. So, just to break him down, this is my trusty silicone pointer brush. So from head to toe, he is a Marvel Legends Professor Beast, Hank McCoy, the gray one, with the book and the glasses, that one. And again, you can see all the work in progress stuff on my Patreon. However, I sculpted in its entirety the pants from here. All the green is sculpted. I dremeled down all the joints. I did the joint prep on the shoulders, anywhere there's sliding joints, on the wrists, wrist hinges so that there's no paint rub, elbows, knees, feet, all that stuff. And then sculpted from the waist to the mid ankle or mid calf. I also sculpted the belt, and then the best part of this figure is the head, the face sculpt there. So the face sculpt is 100% sculpted onto the beast head. The hair I didn't touch, and the ears, but the face, nose, mouth, beard on the side, or whatever you want to call that, that's all me. And it was an awesome project. The teeth, I wanted to make sure that he had this like just monstrous face mixed with, you know, flavors of the Universal Monsters, Wolfman, Lon Chaney, but different. You know, he's got the muzzle. Is that right? The muzzle of the nose, because that's different than the Werewolf by Night in the movie that we saw. He had a very humanistic, humanoid-looking face. So that was that was a blast. I probably did that in about 3 sittings, I think. You know, I had to get the shape, let that dry. I had to get the nose and the teeth, let that dry, or cure, sorry. So that was a blast. So like I said, I wanted to take a quick break from the action and showcase a figure that has been sitting on my desk here, keeping me company, inspiring me along the way. And that is the Manglore from Toyfinity. Let me get some light on him. Check that guy out, what a beast in and of himself. So for those of you, Toyfinity is a Glyos, they do Glyos toys and stuff like that. I had to pay for this figure. They do not sponsor this video, by the way. But it's really pretty inspiring. Those of you who are 80s folks might remember Manglores from early 80s. They were a toy about the size of my Jack Russell here, Werewolf by Night. The marketing scheme behind it was you could rip them apart and they'd stick back together just like new. That was a lie back in the day. They would get all dusty and hairy and they would never stick back together. But this figure is made with the Glyos system, which is a peg and socket system developed by Onell Toys and Matt Doughty and crew. And I've never seen a Glyos figure, which I'm a big fan of, that uses the Glyos system more appropriately than this Manglore, because that is an homage in and of itself to the gimmick, the 80s gimmick, okay? So you can like pull all these parts, pull them apart, and they just pop back together. And it's just like in spirit of the old Manglores from the 80s. So that's cool. That's a really cool thing. Go check him out, Toyfinity. I'm gonna put him down, get back to Jack Russell. Oh yeah, Cabochon. Then I painted him from head to toe. Started with a very dark, blackish, very dark brown, mostly black, over the entire upper torso and the lower legs. And then dry brushed lighter shades, progressively got lighter on the dry brushing, and especially on the parts of the hair that stick out the most, the little wisps. You want to make sure you hit those with the lightest bits of paint that you mix, because that'll bring out the layers in the sculpt and make it look like there's depth to the hair. And dry brushing works the best over hairy bodies or hair on the head that you're doing. And then I mixed my own green for the pants. I wanted to make sure I matched as close as I could to Werewolf by Night, the old 70s series, late 60s, early 70s series with Jack Russell by Gene Colan, I believe. Could be wrong, probably wrong. But the color green, if you look at that cover where he's like sideways like that in the alley and there's like 2 kids over here, that is a pretty close match, I think, with some exception. Same with the belt, tried to match that with a little bit of a darker tone. After that was all done, gloss black, or I also dry brushed the hands and the feet, and then I gloss black over the for the nails. There you go. On the hands, you can't see it there. The feet, boom, gloss black, really makes it pop. And then just to give it a little bit more depth and dimension, I gave it in the tears of the pants, just a dark, dark, dark green wash into the little crevice and creases. Craftsman, what's up? Like up in there, up in there, up in here. Makes it pop and stand out, a little more depth to the pants. And then I also used that same dark, dark green on the details of the pants here, on the butt pockets, and the crotch where the denim sewing would be, that kind of stuff. And then the face, dark around the eyes, because you want the white to pop as best you can. White for the eyeballs, just straight black for the irises and the pupils. Sorry for the pupils. And then one real quick swipe, boom, boom, of Liquitex gloss varnish over the eyes, and then use the matte Liquitex, same thing, this guy, over almost the entire legs, the green. And then a little trick that I also do sometimes is I mix a little bit of that, the matte Liquitex, into the paints that I'm using. It helps them, especially now, just helps them like seal a little bit more durable, adds a little bit more durability to them. but also it dulls them down a little bit. So you got to make sure that you've got your colors as rich, almost richer than you would normally use if you decide to go that route of mixing in some gloss varnish, or matte varnish. And then that's pretty much the dude. That's pretty much the whole project. I really enjoy how it turned out. I really do. And the paints really make it pop. You know, it's a combination, everything working together between the sculpt that was already there, sculpting that I did. Oh, and then the rest of the face, sorry, bone white on the teeth because it's got a little bit of yellow in it. And then also his lip is like a little bit of red and brown mixed together. Similar, actually it's the same paint that I used on the belt. So there's a little bit of consistency there. I think that's pretty much him. Black on the nose, flat black, and a little bit of the dry brushing really brought out that dark, the highlights of the face, which I really liked. So he's got interchangeable hands as well, which came with Beast. Okay, so those can switch out just as easily as they can with the Beast figure. Just pop them in, pop them out. Booyah, just like that. A little twist and pop. Yeah, then you can get into like these crouchy positions where like his head, look at that articulation on the head. I messed with the articulation on the head a little bit just to make sure that he could do that. And also, now that I think about it, and I should have said this at the beginning, this head sculpt is not the one that comes with the Beast figure. I just realized that. What a doofus. This was a 3D printed resin head that I sculpted over. So it's a very unique, one of a kind head sculpt for this guy. I don't remember where I got it, but it was a really cool head as it was. I wish I had said that at the beginning, but if you watched till the end here, you got a little bit of extra information, so bonus. But yeah, it was a great sculpt as it was, and I wanted something different from what the Marvel Legends had to offer. So he's a very unique figure. So yeah, he can look straight up, pretty much. Get in those nice howling poses. And you can check out the pictures at the end, the glamour shots, and you'll be able to see the poses that he can get into, but it's pretty awesome. Look at that. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Frog in my throat, that's crazy. I don't know why they call it a frog. I guess because it sounds kind of like ribbity, is that right? I hope you enjoyed that, hope you found that helpful. This is one of my favorite figures I think I've ever made. I really love the dry brushing, as I mentioned. It brings out, when you dry brush fur like that, it brings out the details so much. And this is a really cool piece, if I do say so myself. Good job, AC. Anyway, thank you for checking it out. Again, if you want to support the channel, you can like, subscribe, comment below. I answer all the comments. I love talking with you all in the community, especially when I do my live streams, which I'm due for one, so look for that coming soon. And if you want to support the channel directly and see more videos on this channel more often, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/actoydesign. That's me. And all kinds of behind the scenes bonus content over there. What else? Check out my YouTube shorts. I've been doing some shorts, if you like those. Shorts. These aren't shorts. These are pants. These are pantaloons. Aside from that, I'm going to bid you adieu. Thank you for tuning in. It's a pleasure to see you, pleasure to be seen. Take care of each other, help out your community, and what else? Get some oats. What? What? I'm gonna change that out. I need a new record. I want to trying to collect all of the vintage Hall & Oates albums, and it's been a while since I got one, so I need to switch that out. All right, for me, for Jack Russell, look at this guy. Boom! That's a werewolf thumb right there if I ever saw one. Yes? Yes. See you guys. Thank you. Adios. Sit, Muji, sit. Good dog. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's how, if I was a werewolf, that's how I would howl. Yeah, 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 yeah. People be like, what the heck is that werewolf doing?